The Firepro saga continues. Firepro Wrestling with the Big Boss Man and the Mountie. So this is an old feud from the early 90s, Big Boss Man and the Mountie. So we're doing a hardcore match here.
What's your opinion on the current WWE?
Current WWE, it's fun. Pro wrestling's always fun. I'm recording the video here, but we're doing. I record these videos live, so I'm talking to the chat for those watching the video. I always enjoy pro wrestling. I think the greatest time in pro wrestling I think was the mid '80s and late, and then second the late '90s. So right now is not as good as those times, but I always enjoy pro wrestling's never bad to me. It's just different levels of good. All right, Boss Man and the Mountie. It's already blood. Look at that. So we got a 45-minute time limit because I've been getting draws at 30, so we're trying 45. So I'm trying to avoid draws because I like to see a winner.
Give up.
So there's a 3-count submission knockout. 3 ways to win. With my Hulk ref. I just did that to be silly. I had a green ref. Does anybody's wondering why I have a green ref?
I agree, but I was a kid during the attitude/ruthless aggression.
Give up.
Oh, attitude, ruthless aggression. Okay. Yeah, even
So that's my favorite time.
okay, yeah. I think
Give up.
yeah, it depends what time period you live through. What you like.
Give up.
Because I mean, you go back to the '70s, and Bruno Sammartino was a huge star. He would sell out Madison Square Garden, defending his title. Still has the longest title run of all time. And then you go to the '80s with Hogan, and you get the Stone Cold in the '90s, and I mean, it's just different time periods. But people who live through the '70s, '80s, '90s, they generally think the biggest time was Hogan's '80s, but with Stone Cold's '90s being second. But people who were born after Hogan's '80s think Stone Cold's '90s, the Attitude Era, was the best. But people who can compare both, they generally seem to like the '80s better than the '90s. And then yeah, if you can go back to the '70s with Superstar Billy Graham, guys like Bobo Brazil, Andre the Giant at his peak in the '70s. The '70s had some good stuff too. So it's
I was born in '89.
yeah. So yeah, you missed you remember the you missed Hogan, the WWF Hogan Golden Era. You more saw the NWO stuff, which is also good.
1, 2.
But if you go back and watch some old matches, the Bruno Sammartino in the '70s, even in Superstar Billy Graham, and these guys, they were big too. You can go way back to the '50s, the Gorgeous George. I mean, I read a lot about all the wrestling from way back and stuff because I like to learn about all the time periods. So.
1,
Not just
2.
not just the current product. All right, about 8 minutes in. If you're just joining, the clock is a
Give up.
twice real time speed, so it is 8 minutes is 4 minutes real time, just so everybody knows. See if we can get a result in this one, not get a draw.
Give up.
Chin lock there.
One, 2.
2 count. Not quite. Exploding barbed wire. It's pretty cool. They need to add this to WWE 2K. This stuff, the barbed wire ropes and stuff. That'd be cool if they did that. But they build that WWE 2K. They build it on it every year. Each edition's like it's just like a big patch that you got to pay for, and they just build on it every year
Give up.
and add things.
Give up.
Yeah, Big Boss man. He fought Hogan and he
I'm
fought
really
Ray.
familiar with Golden Era WWF. Before Hulkamania, I really don't know much, except a few big names like I know the WWE title history.
Yeah, if you go back before Hulkamania, there was you had Andre the Giant and Bob Backlund and Superstar Billy Graham, Bruno Sammartino, Bobo Brazil, and Ivan
One.
Putski, and I mean some of those guys went into the '80s a bit, but their prime was the '70s. Ivan Koloff, and of course Dusty Rhodes, who he went into the '80s and in the '90s, but like Andre the Giant, he would do drop kick in the '70s. If you could find some matches, Andre the Giant in the '70s, he did drop kicks. He was quite an athlete. It just people remember him from the '80s when he couldn't move around much. But Andre was amazing in the '70s. Just gotta just look up, search that stuff on. I'm sure a lot of stuff's on YouTube, and I know what they have on. They have some old stuff on Peacock if you have Peacock, where they have the library. And look at the I don't know what's the WWE Vault on YouTube, the official stuff that WWE puts out. Let's see what they got on there. Yeah, I hope they put some old stuff on there. If you can find some wrestling from the '50s and stuff, that's cool too. Just why I love to watch really old stuff from way back when TV started.
The Big Show used to move well in WCW as well.
Yeah, he was the Giant in WCW in the '90s. And they actually called him on. Said he was Andre the Giant's son and stuff like that. There was the storyline, even though he wasn't. But yeah, a lot of stuff. Yeah, there's not a lot. There's a lot less footage before the '80s, but there is some. There's some stuff. There's some old house shows from Madison Square Garden from the '70s and stuff. That I think some of it's on the Peacock. But you can just type in Bobo Brazil and type in Baron Miguel Cicluna and all these guys. They're stars pre '80s. It's interesting stuff. All right, Mountie with a cover here.
1, 2.
Nope, 2.9. Getting close.
Give up. Give up.
We're about a third of the way through the match. I got a 45 time limit here, so just past 15. Hopefully we get a result here.
1.
I miss kayfabe.
Yeah. It was better when they did that. When they were doing that. All right, these guys. If you go back, type in, go to YouTube, type in Boss Man versus Mountie. There's matches. They had a feud.
I won't watch Unreal.
You want to watch it? Yeah, I watched it. It was interesting. All right. But the Mountie, yeah, Mountie was Jacques Rougeau as the Mountie. He was with the Rougeau brothers. He actually was in two notable tag teams, the Quebecers and the Rougeau brothers. Which I got Rougeau. I I have to set the Quebecers up in this game. But his singles wrestler character was the Mountie. All right, we're nearing 20 minutes in here. Hopefully this doesn't go to a draw. I think I gave it enough time. But you always got to have a time limit in this game so your match doesn't go forever. You never select unlimited time in this game. Unless you want a really long match, because sometimes I've had matches go 2 hours. When I first got this game, I was testing it and stuff. I have a 2-hour match.
Which one is that PCO guy?
20 minutes gone.
Which one is that PCO guy? I don't know what that. What do you mean? This is the guy in blue is the big boss man, and the guy in red's the Mountie.
One, two.
2.9, almost. This should be over soon. They're getting 2.9. It's usually a sign that they're getting close to a ending. Yeah, the game's tough to know because there's no power meters, which is I kind of like that though.
1, 2.
2.9 again, close.
One, two, three.
Got him. Mountie beats the big boss man about a little over 20 minutes.
From Row, I think he was one of the kibbutzers.
All right, let's go out to the main screen here. Okay, there it is, 100%. Pretty good. Mountie wins.